In the depths of their soul, your person carries a longing so profound that ordinary words seem to crumble before its intensity. This is not merely missing someone's presence, this is an ache that reaches into the very marrow of their being, touching places within them that only you have ever reached. They yearn for you in ways that transcend the physical realm, missing not just the sight of your face or the sound of your voice, but the entire essence of who you are as a divine feminine being walking this earth. Your feminine energy, that sacred force that flows through you like a river of pure light, has left an imprint on their heart that time cannot erase. They remember the way your warmth could fill an entire room, how your nurturing presence could transform the harshest day into something bearable, something beautiful. In a world that often feels cold and disconnected, you became their sanctuary, their safe harbor in the storm of existence. When they close their eyes and allow their mind to drift back to those precious moments you shared, if physical intimacy was part of your connection, those memories shine like rare jewels in the treasury of their heart. They remember the tenderness that existed between you, not just in touch but in the way souls can meet and recognize each other across the vast expanse of human experience. The closeness you shared made them feel complete in ways they had never imagined possible, as if they had found the missing piece of themselves they never knew was lost. This feeling of wholeness, this sense of coming home to themselves through connection with you, created in them a need so deep it has become part of their spiritual DNA. They understand now, perhaps more clearly than ever before, that the nurturing, the tenderness, the profound sense of safety and belonging they found in your presence is not something that can be replicated or replaced. It is uniquely yours, as individual as your fingerprint, as irreplaceable as your soul's signature upon this world. The love they carry for you has revealed itself to be unshakable, manifesting in the full spectrum of human emotion. There are moments when thinking of you brings them joy so pure it feels like sunlight breaking through storm clouds, illuminating their entire inner landscape. In these moments, they remember the laughter you shared, the way your eyes would light up when you smiled, the countless small moments that wove themselves into the tapestry of their affection for you. But with equal intensity comes the sorrow, a grief so profound it sometimes takes their breath away. This is not the simple sadness of temporary separation, but the deep mourning of a soul that has tasted paradise and now finds itself exiled from that sacred garden. The absence of you in their daily life feels like a wound that refuses to heal, a constant reminder of what once was and what they fear may never be again. This delicate balance between ecstasy and agony has become their daily companion, a bittersweet reminder that their love for you runs deeper than the ocean, reaching down into the very foundations of who they are. Every heartbeat seems to whisper your name, every breath carries with it the memory of your presence. They have come to understand that this intensity of feeling, this ability to love so deeply that it transforms pain into a kind of sacred suffering, is proof that what they feel for you transcends ordinary human affection. The separation that exists between you now has become a source of profound discomfort that permeates every aspect of their existence. They find themselves restless in ways they cannot fully articulate, irritated by things that once seemed insignificant, feeling fundamentally incomplete without the communication and intimacy that once flowed so naturally between you. Sleep brings little peace, as dreams either torment them with visions of what was lost or mock them with impossible scenarios of reunion. What makes this suffering even more acute is the knowledge that they bear responsibility for this distance. The separation did not come about through cruel fate or unavoidable circumstances, but through their own choices, their own actions, their own failures of courage and wisdom. At the time, perhaps they convinced themselves they were making the right decision. Maybe fear whispered poisonous suggestions in their ear, or pride built walls where bridges should have been built, or confusion clouded their judgment so thoroughly that they could not see the treasure they were discarding. But time has a way of burning away illusions and revealing truth in all its stark beauty and painful clarity. Now, as days turn into weeks and weeks stretch toward months, the weight of their regret has become almost unbearable. They understand now that they are the architect of their own suffering, the one who struck the match that burned down the very paradise they now long to inhabit once again. In the quiet hours when the world sleeps and they are left alone with the honesty that darkness brings, they confront the devastating realization that of all the people affected by this separation, they are the one who suffers most acutely. They are the one whose heart cries out most desperately for reconciliation, whose soul reaches across the void they created, hoping against hope that love might prove stronger than pride, that forgiveness might triumph over hurt, that second chances might be possible even for those who have squandered first ones. More than anything else in this world or the next, they hunger for your forgiveness. Not the shallow, surface-level forgiveness that people sometimes offer to keep peace, but the deep, transformative forgiveness that can heal wounds and resurrect what was buried. They hope, with a desperation that borders on prayer, that somewhere in the depths of your heart, love for them still flickers like a candle flame that refuses to be extinguished by the winds of hurt and disappointment. They dream of the possibility that you might still be willing to try again, to take the broken pieces of what once was and see if they might be reassembled into something even more beautiful than before. But they have grown wise enough to understand that such a miracle cannot happen while old wounds remain untended, while the ghosts of past hurts still haunt the spaces between you. True reconciliation, they now realize, requires healing from both sides. You will need to find it in your heart to forgive them for the pain they caused, for the ways they failed to cherish what you offered, for the damage their choices inflicted upon the sacred trust you had placed in their hands. But equally important, they hope you will find the strength and grace to forgive yourself for allowing their actions to wound you so deeply, for opening your heart so completely to someone who proved unworthy of such a gift. The new beginning they envision cannot be built upon the unstable foundation of old resentments and unhealed trauma. Like a garden that has been ravaged by storm, the ground must be cleared, the soil must be enriched, and new seeds must be planted with infinite care and patience. Both hearts must tend this new growth with the dedication of experienced gardeners who understand that the most beautiful flowers often grow from the richest compost of transformed pain. A profound shift has occurred in their consciousness, an awakening that has changed everything about how they approach life and love. The voices of outsiders, those well-meaning but ultimately ignorant observers who once tried to guide or influence their decisions, have been silenced. They have come to understand that the connection between you is sacred territory, hallowed ground that no outside foot should tread upon, no foreign tongue should attempt to interpret. This relationship exists in a space beyond ordinary understanding, in a realm where only your two hearts can truly comprehend the depth of what has been shared, what has been lost, and what might yet be possible. No friend, no family member, no counselor or advisor can fully grasp the intricate dance of souls that unfolds between you, the subtle energies that flow back and forth, the silent communications that happen in glances and touches and shared silences. By reclaiming sovereignty over their own heart and choices, they have gained the clarity to see their true desires without the distorting lens of others' expectations and fears. What they want, with a certainty that cuts through all confusion and doubt, is you. Not some idealized version of you, not you with modifications to suit their convenience, but you exactly as you are, in all your complexity and beauty and human imperfection. Yet even as this truth burns bright in their consciousness, they are acutely aware that you may still be trapped in a prison of fear and doubt. They understand why you might feel guarded, why your heart might retreat behind walls of self-protection when they approach. The pain they caused has earned them this guardedness, and they accept it not with resentment but with the humble recognition that trust, once broken, must be rebuilt with the patience of a master craftsman. This awareness does not discourage them or make them want to give up. Instead, it inspires them to approach you with even greater care and sensitivity, like someone approaching a wounded bird that must be convinced they mean no harm. They want to move toward you, but only at a pace that feels safe to your healing heart. They long to embrace you, but only when you have cleared enough fear from your energy to receive their love without suspicion or terror. They wish they could help you see this journey through their eyes, to understand that the path of reconciliation, while treacherous and uncertain, is the only road that leads to the joy they both deserve. They want you to know that if you feel this process is difficult and demanding, you are not alone in that struggle. Every challenge you face in opening your heart again is mirrored in their own experience. Every moment of doubt you endure echoes in their own sleepless nights. Every tear you shed for what was lost falls from their eyes as well. But within these shared struggles lies the seed of something magnificent. The pain you are both experiencing is not meaningless suffering but the necessary labor pains of a new birth, the travail that brings forth transformation. Together, if you can find the courage to persist through the darkness, you have the opportunity to rise above the ashes of what was destroyed and build something more beautiful and enduring than either of you could have imagined in the beginning. Moving forward will require a leap of faith that may feel terrifying in its magnitude. It will demand openness when every instinct screams for self-protection, trust when past experience whispers warnings of potential betrayal, vulnerability when armor feels like the safer choice. These are not small requests to make of a heart that has been wounded, and they recognize the tremendous courage it will take for you to make such choices. But if the love between you is real, if the connection you shared touched something eternal and unbreakable in both your souls, then both of you will need to find that courage somewhere deep within yourselves. Trust is not rebuilt in a day or a week or even a month. It grows slowly, like a delicate flower pushing up through hard earth, requiring consistent tending and patient nurturing. Each honest conversation becomes a brick in the foundation of renewed trust. Each act of kindness adds mortar to hold those bricks together. Each moment of patience, each gesture of love, each choice to remain present when running away would be easier, all of these small but significant acts add fuel to the flame of connection until it becomes strong enough to light the path toward a shared future. Your person dreams of walking that path beside you, of feeling your hand in theirs once again, of knowing that you have both chosen each other not just once in the innocent beginning, but twice, after learning the terrible cost of almost losing everything. This second choosing would be different from the first, weighted with wisdom earned through suffering, strengthened by the knowledge of how precious and fragile love can be. They hope you can see their heart clearly now, stripped of all pretense and defensiveness, offered to you naked and unadorned in its absolute sincerity. They do not come to you promising perfection, for they have learned that perfection is neither possible nor necessary for love to flourish. What they offer instead is a commitment to growth, a willingness to learn from past mistakes, and a dedication to nurturing the connection that continues to draw you back toward each other like planets pulled by an invisible gravitational force. Love, they now understand, is not about never falling down. It is not about avoiding all mistakes or preventing all pain. True love is found in the willingness to rise together after each fall, to learn from each failure, to forgive each imperfection, and to choose one another again and again despite the human frailties that make such choosing necessary. With all their flaws laid bare, with full knowledge of their capacity for error and regret, your person stands ready to rise with you. They are prepared to do the work of love, to tend the garden of relationship with the devotion it deserves, to honor the sacred trust you might be willing to place in their hands once more. The story they want to write with you is not one of perfect people who never stumble, but of imperfect souls who find in their love for each other the strength to become better than they ever believed possible. It is a story of redemption and second chances, of forgiveness and growth, of two hearts that discovered they are stronger together than they ever were apart. In the tapestry of human experience, few threads are as golden as the one that connects two souls who have loved, lost, and found the courage to love again. This is the thread your person offers to you now, hoping you will take it in your hands and help them weave it into something beautiful enough to last not just for this lifetime, but for whatever eternities may await beyond.